All praises and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hasham Yahushai, Ba'Hasham Ha Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders which rule great millstone well. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abababal. So in the news, alright, they're saying that a alien mothership is in our solar system. Alright, and you could read all these different articles on your own time. But as you can see, they're saying a mothership. Pentagon UFO chief says alien mothership in our solar system possible. But there's no such thing as a mothership. Alright? There's only the throne of Yahweh, our Heavenly Father, and the throne of Yahweh Shai, which are the so-called UFOs, which also the angels ride upon these thrones. And 2nd Esdras 13, it tells you that Yahweh Shai, and this was a vision that Esdras was given. 2nd Esdras 13, verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man is Yahweh Shai, waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So it's not a mothership, okay, because it's actually Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and the angels, which are all male, all right? They're all male characters. They're all male, okay? There's no female angels, all right? So Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. He is a male. Yahweh Shai is the son of Yahweh, and he is a male. All right, so they're the ones that are riding the ships, and the angels, which are male. So there's really no such thing as a mother ship, okay? Now there is a father ship, and the Messiah comes on a great ship. It says, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. So this ship that Yahweh Shai rides upon, all right, it's like a humongous mountain, so big that you can't see one end to the other. All right. It says, verse 8, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. And they fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. All right, so as you can see in these images from the movie Independence Day, you can see that chariot shooting fire down out of its mouth and burning everything underneath it. This is what is going to happen. This is biblical. All right, this is where they got the idea for these things, is from the Bible. All right. Also, let me get Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, which is a so-called UFO, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, which is Yahweh's what do they call it, reputation. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. It says in verse 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords, which is Yahweh. Alright, so he's coming on so-called UFOs, and the angels are going to follow him, and they're going to judge the world with fire. At the same time, America is going to be destroyed by nuclear missiles, according to prophecy, after they make the device the size of a grain of rice, the MOTB, the implantable micro CHIP, mandatory for buying and selling. That will be the end of Babylon. Soon after that, nuclear destruction of Babylon, and Yahweh Shai and the angels come in and save the elect and destroy the rest that are in America. If you're in America, it prophesied that none will survive but the elect and them that are joined to the elect, whether it's in marriage or through spirit. All right? And that's all, according to the will of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, who are those in that position that are Israelites. But with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai Ba'asham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders which rule great millstone while. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom wa abababal.